All right, guys. We're currently just waiting for the meeting. Okay. It's not too much longer. It's supposed to start a few minutes ago. Hello? I assume we're just giving people a minute. All right. How's it going, Lucky? I'm good. I don't know why it feels so bloody early for this. Well, probably because you was up too damn late. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Oh, good morning, Mike. Yo, what up, Yohan? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I didn't get up much earlier than that either. I'm still waking up. That's because we're old and it takes days to recover from some shit like that. Like 6 p.m. over here. Waking up, did my thing already. Damn. Oh, it's like 10 a.m. here. So, no, I don't think anybody did.
Wow.
Did you say something again?
Hmm?
Damn.
What happened?
Just testing volumes because apparently my dumb ass had Discord muted. Not that
Oh,
any,
don't do that.
well, not that anything important was being said at this point, anyways. But
Yeah, no. Oh, I mean, we're good. We're just waiting on some of our American people to come in. Our entire fucking Euro group is here. Basically.
Well, generally they're not planned until like 1 o'clock Central. It's Cloud's genius idea to put it at fucking 10 a.m. today. Crazy ass.
He's not even going to defend himself.
Well, how could he? It's his fault.
Right.
So as always, guys, blame Kento.
Mm-hmm. Yep. See, he's right on board, right on top of it.
So I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if there will be an event after today's meeting because, as it sits right now, as far as I know, nothing is planned. Right in the streets, there it is. Yep, there it is. What can we do? What can we do? We could be more prepared. That's what we could be.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's only so much preparation that we need to do necessarily.
That's
It's,
fair.
if our American comrades don't show up, we can prep all we want to. Um, I mean, it's been 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's start.
Okay, so I don't know what number or meeting this is, but welcome to the community meeting. I am you guys that they call me Juice. That's my name. You guys can call me Juice. You can call me Maverick. Call me whatever. One of my characters. I'll answer to everything. Um, I am the community manager here at New Heights RP. I generally conduct these meetings, at least the front portion, just to talk about things that I've seen in the city, and like the direction for it and any kind of corrective measures that should be taken, or um, anything of that nature. And then I'll hand it over to Cloud, and Cloud will handle more of the server side, um, scripts and the analytics and all that of the server and everything. And then Graves will pop in whenever he's got something to say. um, so since our last meeting, we have had we've had quite a few, or we've had a couple new players come in and start shaking things up, and which is great. And Lucky's been granted his group. His group has been made official. So be on the lookout for them. And there's always the Reapers MC. That's also an official group. I think the Latin Kings are those three groups are the only official groups in the server at the moment. And they all occupy separate territories, and I believe Redline's not going to occupy a territory. They're going to have a base of operations. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun to see once that gets rolling, how that works out. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, we've had people come in, and we've had people playing pretty consistently. I know we always try to be there as much as we can. At least to give people somebody to RP with, whether we're playing cops or if we're playing our Reaper characters and having to handle our business, or if we're on just any of our other we've got characters that do just about everything. Um, I know I do anyway. Um, for trying to make the streets more alive with the street racing scene. Also, we've got that, um, and that's been doing really well. That's been doing really well. You guys have been killing it as far as the racing scene goes. Um, the we have I'm gonna kind of meta a little information, but not really. Um, we have had, like I said, some people coming in and changing and shaking things up, and I want to make sure that everybody knows that if there's we've got this whole system of the fuck around and find out kind of thing. So I mean, if there's enough fucking around, there will be a whole lot of finding out. Um, and that goes with any group that occupies anything. Um, if somebody comes in and starts stepping on toes, they need to be ready to defend themselves, um, and or RP it out, the opposite direction, and just be like, oh shit, sorry, I didn't know it was yours, blah blah. um, so without getting too in depth, just know that if you're messing with someone else's things, there will be a reckoning of sorts once they find out who and how and when. Um, so just know that. As far as I feel like, as far as anything else in the server, I mean everything's working as intended. We will have we do have an arcade that is currently in the system, or in the server, and not open yet. That will be becoming a thing before our next community meeting. Um, that's something that I have a character for. Um, it's been it's just an idea for giving people something to do that's not gonna like cost a lot of money, and it's not gonna, you know what I mean. It's not meant to like make anybody rich. You know what I mean. It's not a business that's gonna make a lot of money. Um, it's just something for the community to do that's kind of fun. Just to break up the monotony. If you guys get bored, go to the arcade, play some games. Um, you know, interact with other people from the server. That's a big thing that I don't know that happens enough. That people like the new. I get being a new person and like not knowing everybody, and everybody seems so established and whatnot, and not wanting to, um, kind of feel people out. But believe me, it's it's worth it to make those connections. So if you're in the server and you're one of those people that kind of sticks to themselves, I'm like that. I'm like that in real life. Like I don't mess with people in real life, uh, just because people are annoying. but uh, but yeah, as far as in the server, like the information and the knowledge gained and the support that you can get for basically anything that you want to do, like people will help you accomplish things, if you get with the right people. So I do highly recommend making those in-game connections. Um, it'll only benefit you in the long run, and it adds RP to the city. So even if you don't get along with somebody, you know what I mean, that adds RP. It adds a conflict RP, which is something that we don't have a whole hell of a lot of. But being as small as we are, it's kind of to be expected. Um, yeah, not yet. Yeah, I know, it's coming. Um, so you have conflicts already. Oh shit. Um. So yeah, like as far as that goes, like that's that's all going really well. I will say that if there is something that one of your characters would like to get into, um, or some ideas for role play scenarios or anything like the big deals um, that we can start to work on for a character of yours. Um, to work with you to be able to accomplish. Like we want this server to be primarily organic RP. Like everything happens within the city, but I understand that there are certain situations and certain scenarios that are so creative and so big that it takes a while, and it takes certain things being in place for them. It takes certain people being in place and going along with the situation for it to progress the way that it should. Um, that's what the we have a role play help, a role play consultation channel um,
Yo, appreciate you guys lurking.
in the Discord. Um, there's one for ideas. There's one for role play help. You can reach out in that and say, "Hey, I've got an idea for whatever," and we'll more than likely ask you to open a ticket, or you could just open the ticket and say, "Hey, I've got an idea," and we'll jump in there with you, um, and we'll try to put something together. Like we've all been around RP for a long time, so we've seen a lot of scenarios, and can kind of figure
Morning,
out
Rockets.
how to implement certain things. Hi B, good to see you. What'd you miss? Not a whole lot. Um, just talking about the new people in the server and how things are shaking.
Good, bro. How
Things
are
are
you?
getting shaken up and whatnot. It's good things. It's all good things. Yeah, and Lucky's group is official now, so
Hell yeah.
that'll be fun. But yeah, as far as those ideas go, like bring them to us. We'll see what we can do. If they're gonna be too OP, it may get shot down. You know what I mean? So like if you say I want my character to have a tank or whatever, you know what I mean? Like you can kind of do that on your own. You don't need us for that. Um, but yeah, so oh no, the arcade, no, not another one. I'm gonna open the one that we have sometime within the time that we have our next community meeting. Easy peasy, you storm the military base. I mean, that's one way.
So just to interject here for 1 second on the storm the military base, we do have people who play military characters.
Mm-hmm.
So storming the base may not be as easy as you think.
It's another one of those fuck around and find out situations. Um, yeah. So the military is a thing here, 100%. We have at least. Well, I don't even know the numbers, but there's several of us that. Well, I don't, but there's several players in the city that also have military characters. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you want to go fucking around up there. Um, so let's see. I just went blank. Graves, do you have anything pressing on, like anything to talk about necessarily?
I mean, I could just tell everybody what they already know is that we do see your guys' tickets when they come in, the issues that you guys are having. Please don't think that we forgot about you. We ride Cloud's ass more than anybody else to get shit fixed. If Cloud can't fix it, then the suggestion of ripping it out until it can be fixed does get thrown around. So just know that we're not ignoring you. We are working on things in the background. Unfortunately, there is only one dev, so things do take a little bit of time.
Right. And any ticket that's still open, we are still actively working on and or waiting on you to tell us to close. So yeah, if it's open, it's still an issue of concern for us. Let's see. But yeah, like he said, even if keep bringing those issues to our attentions, no matter what it is. Um, we had someone ask this morning, I can't remember who it was, about a poster that was sticking off the wall and was asking, hey, is this supposed to be like that? Like that stuff that it was Mike. I thought it was Mike, but I didn't want to say it was you and then it not be you. Yeah. So he's like, hey, is this supposed to be like this? And we're like, oh, well, there's, it's just the way the wall for the MLO lines up. But anyway, yeah, it's just stuff like that. Just simple things, complex things. Like that's what we're here for. That's why we're in the position that we're in. It's because we want to help, make this server an enjoyable place for you guys to play. Because there's so many of them out there that will not be such an enjoyable place to play. They like to shit on people's RP or just shoot people's ideas down because it doesn't serve their characters. So yeah, and like B said, if you're looking for if your character is looking for any kind of real estate, a house, anything else, she's going to be in today. So she's like super busy. She's super busy lady. But she's very very good at what she does. She's very good at RP. She's very good at the real estate part. So please take advantage of her being here today. If your character is in a position to where they're ready to purchase a dwelling.
A dwelling.
A dwelling. So as far as anything else, man, I really don't know that I've got much else.
All right, cool. Before we pass it over to Cloud and he goes on and on about things that nobody really understands, I'm just going to steal some of his thunder. And I just want everybody on the EU, so all of you people listening right now, a new mechanic script is in the works. Okay? Local repairs will be a thing. I know that is important to you guys, and I don't want Cloud not to mention it. So I'm going to mention it. It is coming. It may take a little more time. It is coming.
Okay, and with that obviously comes the whole, if there is an active mechanic on duty and they have reached out on X, or what, not on X, on Squawk, and said, hey, our shop's open, please take advantage of their shop. Please don't just go fixing your shit by yourself, because that takes away RP from people. Yeah, it might save you some money.
It won't.
But no, it I didn't know what the hell it was going to cost. I'm just saying. But yeah, so just yeah, that's coming. Please take advantage of your mechanics when they're around.
But yeah, all right. Well, that's all I had for now. So, wakey,
Okay.
Dev.
Cloud, I'm gonna hand it over to you, big guy.
And sleep. Can you imagine?
You better not be asleep
at a time like this?
Wake his ass up.
All right.
He was just talking to me in a mod chat.
Great. All right. Well, I guess it's time to wing it. Oh, and he's gone. So, anyways, can you imagine this motherfucker coming in here and then abandoning us and at his time to speak? Crazy.
Right, at the most important part, really, when it comes into when it comes into part where
The back end
talks
stuff.
about the back end, like the stuff that we don't know about, the stuff that we can't talk about. The man that can talk about it disappears. Crazy.
All right. Well, quick LSPD plug. We're always hiring. So,
Yep.
drop your app in.
Always.
There's a dude at the front.
And it's not an automatic cadet phase either. We do take into account previous experience, and we can pretty much tell during an interview if somebody's experienced or not. So yeah, if that's something you want to get into, put an application in at the desk at the front door, and we'll give you an interview. We'll get you in there.
Oh,
Being a cadet, okay.
What happens after raids? Well, guess you'll just have to wait and see. Better get your ass on duty, Lucky. I ain't even playing. Out there on cadet for ages.
Wow. Cloud, I'm pretty sure you never mind.
He gone.
Needs to get permission to do that before.
Down under, so I have a little bit of experience.
All right, can we hear it now?
Oh, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been fucking talking now the last
Whoa
7 times.
This man switched mics.
I've been trying to speak now for the last 6 or 7 times, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why you just keep interrupting me?
Because we can't hear you.
You can't fucking hear me.
You would think when you look at your little window and it's not lighting up that you would see.
No, it was light. Everything was lighting up on my end. Everything that was lighting up. For some reason, it was not transferring the audio.
Not how Discord works.
So don't even get me started. I swear to God, I will smack you. Okay, so
it's working as intended.
Yeah,
it's working as intended. Totally. All right, so on to the fucking boring stuff that everyone loves to hear. I would like to reiterate, I have no idea why the current mechanic script is having such an issue right now. It's certainly weird. It's working for some people, but not for everyone. So that's kind of why it's kind of reiterating us that to switch to a different mechanic script. We tried updating to the latest version of that script, and there was just so much of a hectic problem. There was just no way for it to properly communicate. So we're talking about replacing that whole script altogether and going with one that does about what 5 of our other scripts does altogether. It'll also introduce some new features. This is all kind of in the works thing, kind of like how we are currently replacing some major criminal stuff. If you may have noticed, people just a couple weeks ago, we've already replaced the Evangelicos with a different one. And even added a new one as well. So now there's multiple robberies once again, just to kind of give that feel of that old, just to kind of give that feeling of that old style we had before, where you could rob three of the evangelical stores pretty much at once. At least with this one, now at least it may only be 2, but now at least you still got that feeling of robbing multiples at once. Let's see here. We did some major configuration changes to ATM robberies. We also changed the banking script. This new banking script also allows it so then groups can create society funds a lot easier. So even if your group isn't a gang affiliation, so to speak, you can create an account that is shared account. That's kind of something for you Redline folks. I know that you guys don't have a boss menu yet or anything like that. Definitely we could work on that, but that would set you into like the gang side of things, which might cause some problems. As the server might recognize you guys, as a gang and not as it's just like a clubhouse. I also kind of want to reiterate real quick here on the conflict RP side of things. Just I understand a lot of places have it where, and it is kind of the same case here, where a lot of the staff are high up in positions of power in a lot of different groups. Please do not under any circumstances let that deter you from say reporting any type of behavior that is not, that's out of line. Everyone here, especially on the staff team, has this basic rule of we've been through that bridge before. We don't want to experience it ourselves. So if we start falling down that hill, we want to be caught to get back up proper.
Right. Hold us accountable 100%. Like if we start being jackasses for no reason, or you feel like we're being unfair, yeah, bring it to our attention.
Call it out. There's going to be there's no, like, in a sense, I want to say favoritism, I should say. And when it comes to the lines of anybody.
Yeah, we're no better than you are. We were just here to start this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And also, so when it comes to the official vehicles things, so I have to reiterate this once again. When it comes to vehicles such as official brands, labels, and logos, to an extent, it is shunned upon to have these vehicles. So there is a chance at one point in time we could lose these cars. But that does not mean that I have taken precautions needed on my end for this kind of stuff. I do have official paperwork involving some auto mechanic industries, but the other thing is too, you have other places out there that are basically 14 times the size of us that have them in like bonus packs and still are around. So it only seems to be clothing that seems to cause a big issue. So please try to avoid, when it comes to suggesting clothing, any official brand logos like Nike, Gucci, Versace, or Versace, or however the fuck you say that one. I don't know.
Versace. Just kidding.
Versace. I mean, come on. I don't know. Let's see here. So our last one was 4th. Let's get on with some more change logs here. So house robberies has changed majorly. The old house robberies way of doing it is completely gone. The new way is you gotta find Kowalski. Kowalski will give you what you need to know, and then go from there. And this is the only like hint you're getting, because it is a starter criminal level. It is not meant to make you rich. It's not going to pay out the most compared to like robbing, say, for example, a bank. But I ain't going to hold your hand all the way. You got to find him. So good luck on finding him. Player homes have been heavily configured and changed thanks to B and literally everything that's been going along with that. We now have more objects available for housing. In case it is not known, if you own a house, regardless of the size of the house, you can go down to Sandy and purchase furniture across the lot. There is
at the U-Tool.
At the U-Tool.
Like, it's not even in Sandy.
Well, close enough. It's basically close enough. But yeah, no. And unfortunately, we are fully aware of the spot that is basically a void send right now. I do plan on heading on over there real quick, seeing if I can try to patch it up myself. If not, I am going to just kind of put an invisible barrier there to try and prevent more issues from happening. It is unfortunate. I know what's causing it to an extent. I know what's causing it, and I've brought it up to the person's attention many times, and they have yet to fix it themselves. So we have to fix it our way, which is putting some duct tape on it and hoping it works. Not really, but kind of true. Not gonna lie. Also, when it comes to house robberies, they can be done 24/7. You don't need to wait till nighttime like it was in the past. Vangelicos now alerts PD on all attempts of robbery, no matter the situation. So, that was something I don't know why in the fuck the last one we had did not alert people, but it was designed to be that way, which makes no damn sense to me, but whatever. We also did some configuration changes to other heists across the city. These ones I'm not going to talk too much about, other than we've changed starting, ending, and some prop locations to make it so that it's not such a pain in the ass and not next to impossible to do. We also did recently, I don't know if I mean, it's not very hard to see. We did change the loading screen recently with new pictures from you guys in the community. So keep taking them pictures, you know, the next time we change it here in a couple months, maybe you'll see your picture in there.
And a new song from our own official Cheeto.
Yep. He, who's not here currently, but you know, he did say that he was going to be, he did say he was going to be here in spirit. Best way to put it. Other changes. Of course, anytime we do major clothing changes too, it is highly recommended to clear your cache. Unfortunately, that does mean that your loading is going to take a little bit longer on your first time load in. But because of all the new clothing that we added all at once at one point, it was kind of strenuous on systems that had the old clothing mapping, and also was causing some major conflictions. And the biggest one, which was the banking system, society funds now are set up and funneled through the banking, and also sent through fines, bills, and all that other stuff. So any fines that you're getting currently through PD, fire, EMS, even the military is now going to the proper society funds. And in order to use ATMs, you will need a bank card. That is something that I did not catch at the original script, but that's okay. You know, because it's one extra item. It's not going to hurt you. It's not like the old car vehicle script. If anybody was here before that, you'll know how much of a pain in the ass that is when you've opened like 3 or 4 cars.
And point out that the financing on the vehicles is different. Yep. Also.
Yeah, give me a minute here, man. Come on, I haven't
My
finished
bad.
yet. Financing, unfortunately, I couldn't fully remove financing from the server. So I set the amount to 100% just to kind of reiterate that it's kind of pointless to do financing, because financing goes through the bank now. So you have to go and take out a loan, and there is an actual credit score system that is set up in this bank system. It used to be every hour. Now we've set it to like every 24 hours that it's going to affect your scoring. So pay your loans on time, take out your loans, all that stuff. You can take out, like, I think right now you can take out like a 50,000 to get a really good car if you wanted to. If you haven't purchased anything your first time coming on in. You can take out up to, I think, $500,000 is what we set the maximum to. But here's the kicker. If you don't pay your loans, then they will take the car. The script is set up to do that, where they will actually repo your car. Which can also be done through the mechanics as well. I forgot to mention that. There was also a major change to one of the more common robberies, where it was giving cash instead of marked bills. Long story short, everything is marked bills when it comes to criminal activity. The only exception is house robberies. Everything else is giving out marked bills to make it easier for PD to get people with that shit. But like I said again, house robberies is not meant to make you rich. We also did some major changes to BCSO and Sandy Medical Center. The only reason why we have the BCSO is because it was in a multi-pack. So that was kind of a nice little touch from that developer that we got it from that. Um, I have seen it in the city and I'm enjoying seeing it. People are clearly enjoying the skateboarding script and the bike script. I just like to reiterate that everybody go and give B a round of applause. She's the one who found that script, and it's been a huge, um, it's been a huge little interest to see in the city. And it is definitely way more advanced than I ever thought it was going to be compared to other biking scripts out there. Eventually, I would like to see if there's some way to make it so then BMX bikes can be set up as per. If anybody remembers back in the day, some BMX bikes could be, and at least in some cities, could be set as like an item and thrown into your inventory um, instead of a vehicle to kind of make it easier to move around. Or at the very least, I'd like to find a script to make it so like you can at least carry the BMX bike. Because for crying out loud, but I don't know. All those are kind of like future things that I don't know how well they'll take. If that's something you'd like to see, don't hesitate to find it. If you want to find something like that for the city, don't hesitate to post the community suggestions on that one. Stancer system for vehicles. Now that one has been a pain in my fucking ass. Long story short, we cannot we have an update for the garages that will fix the valets, but it will not fix stancing. So I picked keeping everybody's stances fixed compared to not being to being able to call your car basically anywhere. I felt like everybody having their car stance the way that they want to was more important than being able to call your car from anywhere.
Which, just to cut in here real quick, is the reason why you can pull out any car from any garage. Before, it used to be that wherever you parked is where you had to go get it.
Correct. That feature eventually, when that is fixed, if there's some way we can get that fixed, holy shit, that will be removed as a feature. So that means that you will have to actually remember where you have your cars parked. Of course, hairstyles and clothing has been heavily updated. That's another B and Ashblaw thing that everybody should be thinking about. God damn it. I cannot fucking believe clothing is such a goddamn mess, but it is because there's just so much. I am actually to the point now where we might have to start like I had to merge packets, and during the merging process I accidentally duplicated some clothing. So there is like, I want to say half a dozen to maybe a dozen clothing that are the same, unfortunately. That is a my bad. And I will hopefully fix it in the future if I can find where the fuck they're at. But it's finding where they're at is the pain in the ass. Okay, what else? There was something else. Oh, PD has new vehicles as well. That have more in touch with the callback script or call sign script, excuse me. So if you ever notice on some of the PD cars, you'll notice that they actually have their proper call sign numbers at the tops of the vehicles. For example, Mavericks is 101 and mine is 105. It's a nice little touch script, but these new vehicles also add things such as patrol car on the side, supervisor, canine, etc., on the side, and also have more customization options for PD. Now, I have talked with the designer of these vehicles, and I have thrown a couple of suggestions at him about not only the handling of these vehicles, but also the speed enforcement unit vehicles as well. From the sounds of it, He is updating them, and all we have to do, I do believe, is open a ticket, and he will give us a code to let us download the new versions. If it does not update in our TabX automatically, but we'll have to see. When it comes to other server stats things, since when this is basically the first full month that we've been here at the new site, I just kind of want to reiterate here with this move. It's been, God, it's been a blessing, and it's been a blessing all through and through. The server has, at least in a sense of like when it came to like one major event where I was gone, has had no connection failures. We've had an uptime of damn near 100%. Like we're 0.7% away, and that's just because the server restarts. So I cannot say this enough that we're going to. I don't see this ever being a problem now with latency. People should be noticing things being a lot faster, as well as some things along the lines of ping should be a little bit higher, or excuse me, lower, not higher.
High ping's not good.
99.3%. That is what the server stats is telling me live within the last. That's what the panel is telling me, that we've had enough time of 99.3%. Now it might very well be including the restart timers and all that stuff. I'm not sure. I also kind of want to reiterate. We do have a voting system that does reward you for voting. It's not a lot at first, but trust me, it'll stack up in the long run. Just all you have to do is just, check vote in the city. When you do vote on the tracking server site, please remember to use your Discord, not Steam. And then that will allow you to do the check vote command, and go from there. Some highlights since our last meeting. I will like to say that I am shockingly surprised here to see it's saying here on the 10th, our players connected, we had a huge spike and broke our old record of 14 people online to 18 people online all at once.
GG's.
So GG's, folks.
Hey, I do want to like answer Mike's question real quick about how to do the check vote. In the community outreach channel, under the community category, there's a link that will take you to, it says New Heights RP Tracky server. I believe it's the third link down. You can go there and search for, it should take you straight to our page, and you can vote. There's a little vote tab on a vote button on the side, and when you do that, like Cloud said, make sure you use your Discord and not your Steam. And then once you come back into the city, you can open your text prompt and do a /check vote, all one word, and it hits you with like what's $1,000 for the first few,
or whatever. For the first few,
like every 10 or something like that is more than that.
So basically, guys, voting equals helping server and giving you free money.
Free money.
It's a win-win.
It is truly a win-win. I have noticed that we do have ways to track like how people are finding the city. Tracky server is one of them that is definitely helping us out in the long run. It has reached out a lot to people. It is also getting to the point now where now that I am reaching a stable point in my career, I am thinking about using the dreaded advertising. So people who don't have proper ad blockers are going to see an ad for the city. Hopefully here we'll get started on that. Hopefully here soon. Just want to get like a video going for all that. We were starting on that beforehand, but then things fell under the water and we lost all the footage. Yeah, people who don't have ad blockers or don't have like YouTube or YouTube Prime or even, proper VP sources, it's going to be one of those annoying pop-up ads. Um, 5 metrics also, I cannot believe this. I just had to refresh it again to be sure. Originally we were sitting out there about the top 10,000 servers of 5M. As of today, we are sitting we are about 1,500 under from the top 5,000 servers.
I'm
And
sorry, what did you say?
yeah, we are about 1,500 away from the top 5,000 servers in 5M.
Let's go. I
So
want to hear it again.
So yeah, the more people play, and and that's the other thing too. A word of mouth is probably going to be the best advertiser out there. If there are people out there who, are good role players, and you know that they would enjoy what we have to offer, especially in a sense of like, we really don't. And I hate using the term cucking, but we don't really like. I don't really know a better word other than.
Okay, well
people's RP.
this went from being fucking family friendly to not so much. Jesus Christ.
Bro, there's been like 18,000 F-bombs. This hasn't been family friendly this entire time.
I thought that the F-bomb was socially acceptable nowadays, but okay, my bad.
I mean, depends on who you talk to. Anyway, you were saying, Cloud?
But yeah, that's just something. I just kind of want to read it again. Word of mouth really, really goes far. But I can't stress enough when it comes to what we do here in New Heights. We really try our hardest to stay open minded on everything, even if it's something that is out of the norm of what we would do in role play. We're not ones to shoot it down until we hear that person's side of the story. And then once we get enough information, we try our best to make a reasonable reason as to why it could exist or why it couldn't exist in New Heights. So yes, that's a Peggy answer. I see someone's also an avid King of the Hill fan.
So I will point out when how Cloud was talking about advertising and whatnot, bringing people in. We do all these external programs and whatnot, and like Tracky Server and what was it, the 5M forums and all that we were doing for a while.
And the bumping.
Still doing that, as well as 5 metrics.
Server bumps. That's brought in a lot of people too, the server bumps. But there's one thing that we do not do, and it's something that's been, we get it almost on a daily basis, is we are not going into other servers and trying to poach their people. We don't believe in that. We're not going to try to merge with another server, unless of course we are familiar with that server. It's another small server that we've, the owners and whatnot we've RP'd with before, and they're just like, hey, we want out of this. You know what I mean? Would you care if we brought our people over or whatever? That would be something that we would consider. But we will not be absorbed by anyone. Absolutely not. So we'll never have to worry about that. And and we're not going to be going into other servers and trying to advertise within their servers for our server, because that's super shitty. So yeah, just wanted to
Please
make
also
that known.
don't do that.
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
don't do that on our behalf either.
right, yeah,
It's shitty
don't.
enough getting it from like quote unquote advertisers of other places. It's even worse when it's like when it's server owners and all that shit. And yeah, Grayskull, you're right. 99% of the time, mergers do not work.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would hate for one of you guys to go, and I'm not saying that you would, but if one of our players went into another server and was starting to poach and whatnot, and that server owner or admin came to us and said, "Hey, this person is promoting your server in our server. Did you tell them to do that?" You know what I mean? I'd hate to have that conversation, um, and then ultimately have to ban that individual, because it's not something that we condone. It's not something that we believe in.
yeah.
It's not within the belief system of our staff.
That's a good mentality to have, Lucky. It just to pass on it. You would think Grayskull that it'd be obvious, but it's not. It is very not obvious. If you
Yeah,
ever notice, if you ever watch the welcome page, you will notice that there are people coming in and out. 9 chances out of 10, those people coming in and out are people who are trying to poach, either by doing like what we just said here, where they're trying to get us to merge with them, or they are literally DMing everybody that is not staff into joining their city.
Yeah, let me add my 2 cents into this one. Like 99% of the time with those people that come in and out, they open up a ticket and maintain kind of a betting pool. We're like, okay, how long till they start asking for us to merge, essentially. Oh, they're either asking us to merge or trying to sell us their services, by the way. We don't want your
yeah.
OnlyFans. Thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing. Basically, anybody that you see that pops into the welcome chat or welcome channel and then the next day is gone, that's more than likely what it was. They're either trying to sell us a service that we didn't ask for and that we don't need, or they're trying to get us to merge with them. And it's just it doesn't make any sense. It happens daily.
Oh, it's like what Cheeto's saying. It's a bet pool at this point. It a lot of times it is not bots. Especially if you get them on in a voice channel, because they'll trip up.
Mm-hmm.
Because we go against the norm of the script.
Yeah. And like if you do that, no shade to you, but you will have better luck doing a YouTube video showcasing what you have and having somebody find it that way than going to their server, opening up a ticket, not trying to be a part of their community and say, hey, we have pets for sale. Hey, we have clothing for sale. Hey, we have cars for sale. It's like you can find cars anywhere for free. Relax.
Which thanks for bringing that up, Cheeto, is another thing I wanted to reiterate before we head on out. New Heights RP will never have any of this pay to win bullshit that is becoming a norm in 5M. Everything in city is obtainable in city and is not obtainable with anything on the outside cache. Like, you want to suggest MLOs, that's great. We don't expect you to purchase said MLOs in order for us to add them, or we're not going to charge you to add them. But
Yeah,
do keep
yeah.
in mind, unfortunately,
The only thing that we ask for is, like, if you want something put in, if you want like not specific vehicles or whatever, but like if you want any kind of MLOs or custom content or whatever for your group or whatever, all we ask is that you come around and you show up, you play, you create good RP, and yeah, we'll be open. We'll be more than likely open to making that adjustment for you and letting you, you know, letting you do what you want to do, um, as far as it's for the betterment of the server and not just for yourself.
I mean, that's why we also have like for MCs, there's a blank cut, so to speak. There's a vest that's blank just for that very reason. As you know, as well as even using GTA 5 original clothing ain't gonna kill you either for a bit. All we're asking is just please don't like open the ticket. Yes, let us know that that's what you're trying to do. But just be a part of the community. I don't want to sound like a crybaby here, but I don't think we're asking for too
What up,
much
Jay?
here for people just to come in and be in the community and be in the city and kind of like making your own story, so to speak, in the community. I don't think we're asking for too much there. We're crying out loud. We're not breaking your wallets. You're breaking my wallet, if anything. Because here's the other thing too. When people suggest for groups and MLOs and all that stuff, yes, I am not against you donating money to help for that. However, know that when it comes to Tebex licensing, you can only transfer that item once, and that's it. So if you have purchased that item before for here and transfer it to my license system, I cannot transfer it back as per how Tebex does that. You'll have to contact the MLO. And I don't like that idea whatsoever. I should be able to transfer it right back to you because you're the original owner. I think that's the dumbest thing ever that Tebex has ever added, but that's just my personal opinion. That's why, for the most part, when it comes to adding stuff into the city, it takes a couple of weeks because I mark it down in my expenses to, hey, I got to purchase this MLO for this group, or I got to purchase this script for this person's idea, all that stuff. And yeah, there are, and also I would like to iterate and that's fine. And ironically, the like we've already got the Lost MC cuts half added, so you think I forget what pack it was. It was in a I think it was in our I think it was in our checkers pack that added a couple of Lost cuts. So
And they look good.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they look good.
It wouldn't be too bad, and it wouldn't be too hard to send the file over to someone so then they can make more textures. So then you can have like your secretary, all that stuff. Lucky, I'm gonna say this right now. I would love to see a minimum of 3 in the city. When you get more than 2 MCs in a city, it turns into a fun fest because every MC has a different way of doing things. So it definitely would be interesting to see like another 2 different groups. But that is a future, hopefully coming soon. I mean, we did.
Yeah, I mean, we worry about that when it happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we bringing back
It'll
the
be
Rough
fun.
Riders? I'm down to bring back the Rough Riders now.
Rough Riders.
Yeah, Densetsu's now the Rough Riders.
Yeah.
This motherfucker talking about opening up another MC can't even show up on his MC character. Crazy.
Bro, I'm on it more than you are.
Talking about
How
Cheetah.
you talking about?
So
Oh.
Shut your whore mouth, Cloud.
Hey. You were the one complaining about family friendly here.
Well, you blew it out the water, so here we are. Anyways, so before Cloud starts rambling anymore, does anybody have any questions that they want brought up before we shuffle on out?
Did we talk about the new fireplace?
Oh,
Oh.
no, we did not. I completely. Oh, but we got someone coming in that can actually talk about that right now.
Hi,
Hello.
it's
What
me.
up, Kay?
If you're unfamiliar with me, I'm Dr. K. I'm the Fire Chief, Temporary Director of Emergency Services, also running the hospital for now. We do have a new fire station in Vespucci. It's still being set up, but that's going to allow us to do air and water rescues in the future. If you need medical attention or if you see a fire, please use 911 in conjunction with any other methods, just to make sure that we see that you need help. Oh, and we're responding to a bunch of different kinds of calls right now. So stuff like that's going to be a 911 emergency. If you see a fire, if you drive past somewhere like in a race or something, you see a fire, please put in 911 if you can
I
stop.
mean, appreciate you coming into Lark, my
if
guy.
you are or your pet is stuck on top of a building or in a tree, we have the ladder truck. We can help with that. Medical transport is priority for the EMS when they're on duty, but fire will respond if they are not on duty. If you're locked in somewhere, please put in a ticket, because we might not be able to get you from inside of a building, but possibly a mod would be able to help you. If you have a severe vehicle collision, we can help with that. We do have a heavy wrecker. If you have a tow truck that needs to be towed, we can help with that. And then we're going to be expanding into wildfires, and as soon as we get the oxygen tanks working, we can help with the underwater rescues. For non-emergency, you can make an appointment. We're going to put a guy outside of the new fire station, but there should be both. So if you need fire extinguishers, we're doing a program with the business owners. Please reach out with an appointment or DM me, and a firefighter will come to your business. And what else do we have here? Oh, we can supervise events. So if you're doing the monster truck rally or whatever, firefighters can be there to put out the fires if anything explodes. Or if you're doing fireworks, we can do that, pyrotechnics permits. If you need vandalism removed from the top of your building, if it's somewhere you can't reach, we can use the ladder truck for that. What else do I got here?
Can I add points to the vehicle wreckages? We also have like the jaws of life, things like that to cut into cars. So if you can, just wait a little bit. Like if you see firefighters around that day and you get into a collision, just maybe try to RP that one out. See if we can make that work because we haven't had the opportunity to use those tools.
Yeah, if you have an emergency like that, please give us a few minutes to respond. There's no way for us to respond to your 911 saying that we're on our way, but just give us a few minutes. If you don't hear sirens, you're probably okay to use the local ambulance.
Yeah, my apologies for cutting in there.
No, you're good. I kind of got lost in my notes here.
Also, let's not forget, with real estate, there is multiple options available for that. Just got to talk to Veronica or Burgerton, or there should be a guy at the station.
Preferably Veronica,
Yeah, preferably Veronica.
because the booger man is
Booger. Robertson got his finger in everything,
goddamn right he does.
and he needs to get out of it. I'm not gonna lie.
Has to though. Kinda has to at the moment.
Can Lucky, your question? Can racing times, can the start and end be extended? You're referring to like how much time you have between races?
Between races.
I think he wants basically more races to happen over a longer period of time. So basically, start them sooner, end them closer to the restart.
And like right now, the nighttime ones start at like 8 or something.
It's 7:30. Well,
Well,
yeah,
time difference, but
yeah, time difference. Excuse me.
And then they end like at 12, I think, or midnight.
could you space them out a little more? In
I
addition
mean, I
to
could.
having them start earlier?
I mean, I could potentially space them out. That's something I'll have to dig into the script more to see. Let me see here.
Oh, so you want more races instead of the same amount of races, just over more time?
I want both.
Oh,
I don't
you-
like having 5
You
minutes
want
to go
both?
to the next
Yeah,
race.
that's fair. That's fair.
Only
So
because
sometimes
I'm
it is a
slow.
rush.
I'm finishing last, so like I have literally 5 minutes to get to the next one.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this too. The tablets have been configured proper. They're not fully done yet in a sense of like what vehicle classes are what. There are still some vehicles we have to go through. However, for now, they are all synced to be the same. So if your car is an A class in racing, it's going to be an A class in the other ones as well. So just gotta keep that in mind. Uh,
But we do have the vast majority of vehicles that are purchasable from PDM have been gone through and put into the correct categories. As far as what's available from Lux, that's still a work in progress.
okay, right here. Competition target length 2 hours. Well, let's see here. Well, so the main problem I have is that if I set it so we have it at 19:30 right now, which is 7:30 my time. Goes on till for 2 hours, at least 9:30. But it's always gone over that. It's always gone over the length.
Well, the last race is generally right around that. Well, no, it's 9:30 for me. Is usually the last race.
Yeah.
So that'd be 10:30.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maximum generated competitions is set to 10 currently. I can set that higher to give more variety of tracks. However, doing that also means that there's a chance you're going to miss races.
So there's no way to extend it. Like basically, races could start generating like 30 or 40 minutes after the restart to the next restart type thing, or like 30 or 40 minutes before the next restart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that, or yeah, you can't do that.
Huh? Well, oh, sorry. I was reading the chat. Sorry. Sorry, AP. You were saying?
Can you start the races sooner after the restart and end them closer to the next restart and have more races in between?
Yeah. I mean, I probably could.
Okay,
Let's see
thank you.
here.
That's what the people want. That is what the people want. Give the people what they want.
I will. Shush.
Got to give the people.
All right. So
The people cry out.
I guess the 4 hour gap, yes. The 4 hour gap exists mainly for like to get like the at least the start was to get the Europe or get the US crew involved. However, I definitely can set the timers higher. I
Yeah,
could
but
probably double it.
but
I'll
if it
start
runs from almost tsunami to tsunami, you're gonna catch everybody at that tsunami, really. So like the morning time one will run from 7:30 or 7:40 my time till like 2:30 be the last race. Is what
I
I
can
think.
set it so that their start hours and start minutes are the only one that I'm worried about is the one that actually is set. Oh wait, never mind. No, that one I can totally do. Never mind. So I can start they'll generate the same times that they always do, but they'll start. I can have them start an hour and a half after restart. I mean, the only reason why I don't have them set so close to restart is because if there's an emergency or anything like that, no one's missing out on any of the races.
Does this work for you guys?
I can set it so that so instead of it being a 4 hour wait, it's a 2 hour wait from restarts.
And now they're all quiet.
Actually, an hour and a half. Actually, an hour and a half. Excuse me.
I didn't understand. What was the issue with that?
What?
So I'm going to double the amount of races. So that means that they're going to go on for because I can't if I extend the generator time, right? The amount of time for generated competitions or the maximum amount of competitions from 10 to 20, that doubles it. I mean, honestly, I should probably set that to 30 then to give way more variety of races.
Are we at all concerned about two races happening at the same time and colliding?
Sounds
that's
like
the
fun
main
to
thing
me. Just saying.
That's the main thing I was worried about. But if that's what we want to do, I can totally set that right now.
Let them crash. Let them crash. You know how much
Alright,
easier
alright.
arrests are going to be when they crash?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Hot Wheels track.
This man is like, yes. It's like foaming at the mouth. Just let it happen. All right. So,
Also, speaking about the racing script, you guys have to race the regular races outside of those races to make those new races be more different. Like you guys have to do different tracks because the actual script takes the data from whatever races are happening outside of the tournament to use
Oh,
the tournament to be able to have those races. That's how we got
you
rid.
have to do it on each class too. You can't just do the races as A class cars. You have to do them in each class. If you want to see, for example, if you want to see more C class races, you have to do those normal races with C class cars.
That's how we stopped that Euler map from appearing so many times.
Thank Jesus.
Thank God.
Bro, that
What?
I still to this day I could not see that map that run for like a week and it shows up on there one day. I will legit skip it. I don't care how much it pays. I'm done with that shit, man.
this man is so done with the Oiler. He's so tired of getting oil in his car.
It's a good spot for it's a good map for fucking PD though.
100% it is.
Hell yeah, it is. You got a couple of spots you can sit and just fucking nab people as they come by or try to.
It is with it being the most common. It also would make sense that the cops would know the exact route by now at this point.
Or spike them in a corner.
Oh my god.
Oh man, you guys got to let that go, man. You got to let that go and move on.
I don't know. Someone can't let it go about being used as a bumper. Apparently.
Listen.
Okay, listen. We're getting off topic. Anybody have anything else they want to bring up before I end this and things get crazy in here?
Me, I guess, relevant to the car crashes. I'm really excited about the medical RP that's going to be happening. We got a major increase in calls, like from actual people. If you feel like you're doing too much or too little, you're not. But if you have a question about it, feel free to DM me or put in the roleplay help. because we can do surgeries and stuff like that if you want to go hardcore with it.
Also, when
Yeah,
you
and
go
if
down,
you-
make sure you do a /911. There's a very high possibility no one will find you if you don't put in a 911.
Yes.
And yeah, and as Kay was saying, please, for the love of God, do your medical RP. At least a little bit. At least let EMS do EMS things.
I give back as much as I get. You know, I adjusted to different levels of RP. I know people are coming from servers that don't have EMS at all. So if we have to do baby steps, that's all right.
Yeah, just try.
Lucky, to answer your question, those raids were done with a purpose. So there's the new drug script I'm sure that was talked about earlier. We're actually spending most of today changing locations. So a lot of the drugs that are currently out there are gonna have a whole new revamp.
Alright.
To answer Mike's question, yes, the EMS have to be there. You should see on Twitter that somebody's on duty if they're posting that they're on duty. If you don't know, that's okay. But if I catch you using Nancy and there's EMS on duty, we might have to have a talk about it.
Yeah, definitely.
The
We
best
don't
word I've
know.
used all day. It's fucking
It's
hilarious.
gonna be a fuck around and find out
my
situation.
guy.
It's gonna be a fuck around and find out situation, my dude.
Whoa, whoa. I'm not addressing that one. All I will say is, my guy, just be comfortable with what you got. All right, just be happy with it.
It's about the
Remember-
motion of the ocean, my boy.
That well.
It's
We
the
will kick you
motion
out if you ask for that.
Anyways,
look, I will say this right now. Gorillas, everybody who says they want to be as hung as a gorilla,
okay, Jesus
really have
fucking
no
Christ.
fucking idea how small those fuckers are.
Okay,
There you go.
Cloud.
okay,
I will say
okay,
that.
okay,
That's all
okay,
I'm saying.
okay.
I
Cloud.
think it's time to go.
And the thing is, you shouldn't have even said that.
You shouldn't have. Look, I'm gonna have to cut the last like
2 hours.
3 minutes out of
I've
this fucking
extended-
VOD. I just want you to know that. Like, it's crazy.
I've extended racing to 2 hours. That has a 2-hour sooner start time. There is now going to be, god damn, there's going to be 40 generated. And it's set to 5 hours.
Just quickly, Lucky, make sure, and everybody here, there should be a setting actually that you can turn down population density. Make sure yours is turned down, because, and everybody who is around you, because theirs will affect everyone around them.
Yes, please turn down your
Population
population.
density, and is it the population variety or some shit like
Variety
that? 'Cause
does
that was one
the
too.
variety doesn't matter. It's just the density.
Variety doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah.
Because 100% of the time, any server that you're in has their own population script or what have you. Some, like, I think ours makes it to where they learn how you drive. So if you're driving shitty around the city, locals are gonna start driving into you on purpose. So yeah,
No,
start
that's a
driving.
that's a Rockstar Physics. That's an actual confirmed Rockstar Physics thing. There's
So you
there's
should
an
not have
invisible
it on full.
timer. There's an invisible timer on Rockstar system that if you have not collided with a vehicle in a certain amount of time, especially when you're driving fast, it will actually force a car your way.
Which we've all seen countless times.
Mhm.
You will see it more often on the online mode. I will not lie to you there. You will see it more often there.
Because I know that Graves is trying to finish the community meeting. After the community meeting, we will be in general just shooting the shit for a little bit, just to finish off or what have you.
So feel free to stop by and hang out with us. I do want to ask before we wrap it up if the other moderator in chat would like to speak, or if she is content.
B, that means you.
Oh, she knows who she Oh.
Would you like to speak or no?
Any finishing ideas?
No. Okay. Good.
All right. So we're
Okay.
good.
Grace, wrap her up.
All right. Well, appreciate everybody who come to hang out with us today at this glorious community meeting that Cloud, did his rambling that he always does.
Shut up.
Someone mute Kenta, please. And no, I'm just kidding. Anyways, we'll catch you guys next month when we have another one. We'll try and give you guys some more notice. If you have ideas for an event for after next month, don't be afraid to throw them somewhere, anywhere, wherever you want. Throw them in my DMs. I don't care.
Until then, get your asses to Maze Bank Arena.
Okay. Apparently, Cloud has something planned. So, all right.
Actually, I'm gonna switch it real quick because I'm gonna give people a coin flip here.
Oh boy.
Derby or Rocket League.
Oh shit. You say the riot is crazy.
He saved the riot.
I'm letting
Motherfucker.
people. I'm letting people decide.
Shit. Does that mean I gotta get up?
It do.
I'm
It
burrito.
do.
All right.
Dude, take your burrito with you.
I'm gonna leave that where you left that, Earl.
Burritos are
Burritos
portable.
portable.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Burritos are portable. You're not making this any better.
All right, y'all. I'm bouncing out of here. Enjoy.
Yes, sir.
Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate everybody who came to hang out. Yeah, that is the June community meeting for New Heights. If you guys like something that you heard, or who knows, maybe you want to come and hang out. Anything's possible. Yeah, let me do this real quick. There is the Discord server link if you guys want to join. If not, cool. Until next time, I will be back live on Monday at 10 a.m. So I'll see you guys all then. Bye.